Justin Tomlinson is MP for Swindon North as we continue to celebrate the Queen's life, and he joins us on BBC Radio Wiltshire now. Mr. Tomlinson.
Good morning, Sue.
Good morning. How are you feeling today?
Well, I mean, it is overwhelming, isn't it? I'm just looking at today's agenda in the House of Commons, and it simply reads prayers at 12 o'clock, tributes to Her late Majesty the Queen. And that is it. That's the purpose of Parliament today. And I think Margaret, who spoke just before me, I think sums it up, that there is a real contrast in feelings, the real, genuine, sad loss that everybody's feeling, contrasting starkly with their own personal, joyous experiences. I mean, during a long reign, so many people have had an opportunity to have a direct experience, and all of those have been positive and brought so much joy to people's lives. And I think that's why there is such an overwhelming reaction of collective and sad loss, not just here in the United Kingdom, but right across the world.
Yes, absolutely. She was loved everywhere, monarchist or not. Your own personal memories of the Queen, Justin Tomlinson, did you ever meet her?
Well, actually, as a councillor, I was fortunate enough to go to one of the Queen's garden parties. So I saw us at distance. I haven't been fortunate enough to directly speak to the Queen. But look, I'm a proud royalist, and I think she summed up everything that is great about our nation. She was that constant figure. She was a grandmother figure to us all, and her ability to relate, whether through her traditional ceremonial roles or as we her quick wit, her ability to enjoy her role, as we saw so recently with that Paddington bear at the Jubilee, that for my 3-year-old daughter was able to capture her imagination. And, to look back and think at an age of just 21, she dedicated her life to public service, and she has never once faltered. And she, as I said, she is everything that is great about our nation, and that is why there is such collective loss, whether you are a proud royalist like I am, or everybody recognises how much she has done in her role of public service.
Yes, and you're beginning the first full day of national mourning in the Commons later today. How else do you plan to pay your respects to someone you obviously felt such affection for?
Well, first of all, personally, like everybody else, you express that, and formally, with my role as a Member of Parliament, I'm sure there'll be various different things in the coming days and weeks where I will make representations on behalf of North Swindon, and myself and Robert Buckland and the Leader of the Council, David Renard. We've already began to look at where we would then go and do things, but that is on behalf, and it is genuinely on behalf of all residents in Swindon.
And it is an extraordinary time, overwhelming time that we're living in. But for your new leader of the Conservative Party, our new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, it's just extraordinary. 2 days she's been Prime Minister, and she's lost the head of state. We've all lost the head of state.
And in fact, that was the Queen's last formal action, was to then do the passing of the seal of office from the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson to the new Prime Minister Liz Truss, the 15th Prime Minister that she's done that to. I mean, that is unbelievable. 15 Prime Ministers during her reign.
Yeah, and I think 14 presidents as well. And she went riding with Ronald Reagan, didn't she?
And look at the war. I mean, look at the United States of their mass, their flags are at half mast, not just in America but in embassies across the world. This is the collective respect, not just in the United Kingdom but the global reach that the Queen has had, and it's a truly good tribute.
Do you
everything that she did?
And Justin, how do you expect the next 10 days of mourning to play out, to look like, to feel?
Well, actually, from Parliament's perspective, we don't actually know. It's not actually Parliament who sets it. We expect Parliament is sitting today and tomorrow. Predominantly, it will be prime ministers and former prime ministers and senior figures who will speak today in Parliament. I will be there for that. I'm probably going to go to Buckingham Palace as well before returning back to Swindon. And then we will get details of various other things that will go. But Parliament itself, in terms of a political perspective, that is now all suspended till after the mourning period. So there will be no more debates, select committees, legislation passed. So we are waiting for confirmation of what happens, but that is part of our duties.
Thank you, Justin Tomlinson. Very grateful for your time on this sad and momentous day for us all. Justin Tomlinson is MP for Swindon North.